It's recording.
Who here was alive in the 80s?
I need the name of the song.
Oh, I'm sorry. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Were you guys alive in the 80s? Michael Jackson's kind of a tragedy, kind of a joke now, but in the 80s, was he pretty cool?
No questions.
Okay. I'll just answer the question for you then. He was on top of popular culture. Girls wanted him, guys wanted to be him. And if you went to a Michael Jackson concert in 1981, first of all, it'd be at the biggest venue in the state. So you're at the Edward Jones Dome, you're in the United Center, you're sitting in the parking lot, you're watching groups of young girls being herded from minivans to the front door by tired-looking dads. You're seeing groups of slightly older girls accumulating as close to the tour bus as they can. But you got like the 13-year-old kids there, moonwalking in between cars with one glove on, you know, trying to dress like Michael Jackson. But they're all there to see someone that doesn't actually exist. And I'm circle back to that in a minute. To understand this song, you need to understand that Michael Jackson was a talented young man. They knew that from a young age. He could sing and he could dance. And he had parents that were highly motivated for him to become a superstar. But the ability to sing and dance is not profitable enough on its own. So what do, they augment that with sexuality. Turn this kid into a teen idol. So you got his parents doing it, you got his handlers in the entertainment industry doing it, grooming him to have this new identity. It's algebra. These people know if they do A, B, C, then X, Y, Z will happen. If they put him on the right magazine covers, if he hangs out with celebrities, they give him cool outfits, give him a cool haircut, write these cool songs for him to perform, and make these cool dances for him to dance to, young boys and girls are going to respond to it and they're going to make more money. And the more they engineer this fake personality, the more money they're going to make, so there's no actual incentive for the real Michael Jackson to be portrayed at all. The problem with this, though, is when a novelist creates a fictitious character, the novelist can make the character very real, relatable, empathetic, but ultimately we know when we're reading about a fictitious character. Same thing in a movie. You can make a movie character that we all see ourselves in, that we all understand, but ultimately walk out theater, we're going to know that we have just seen fiction. It's much harder to do this when you're dealing with someone that's being a pop star, that's being created, a fictitious character that's being created as a pop star. A lot of people think that this guy that they see on the magazines and in the music videos and in interviews is the real version of himself. But that's not the case. And the case with Michael Jackson is that Michael Jackson, the superstar, was not the same person as Michael Jackson from Gary, Indiana. Michael Jackson, the superstar, was largely a product of marketing. So, we're back at the venue in the parking lot. That group of girls that's accumulating by the tour bus, I don't know how these things work, but some of them get on the tour bus. They're young ladies, he's a young man, they spend all night partying. Maybe they have sex, maybe they don't. But the next morning, the young ladies can tell any story they want. And so can Michael Jackson. And a month later, when one of them is pregnant, what incentive does she have to go and find out that the baby isn't Michael Jackson's? Once again, maybe they did have sex, maybe he made her pregnant, maybe she had sex with someone subsequently, someone she met at a bar. but do you want to have a baby with Budweiser guy, or do you want to have a baby with the King of Pop? And, you know, maybe there's a lot of people that know that just making the claim, Michael Jackson, I'm burying Michael Jackson's child, just making that claim is profitable. It doesn't have to be true, you don't have to believe it, but there's a lot of potential for money to be made in a lot of different ways. And now that claim's out there. Once again, it may be true, it may not be true. What is Michael Jackson supposed to do? Does he have a press conference with the cameras flashing and reporters asking questions and scrolling thing at the bottom with what's ever going on in Pakistan that's less important than this sex scandal? No, you look guilty as hell. So what does Michael Jackson know how to do to respond to this? He writes a song. Because that's how he knows how to communicate, get people on his side, win them over. Hey, and if you make it catchy enough, everyone's going to sing it, even the people that hate you. And because these people, they think they know who they think they know who Michael Jackson is. I've seen this guy. I've seen how he uses women. I've seen his dance moves. He's a heartbreaker. You know, it was just a matter of time before something like this happened. He impregnates this girl and then denies it. The people think, so this fictitious character comes around and bites it. But you write this song. What does the song say? The song says, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who thinks that I'm the one. And that's the story of Billie Jean.
Don't turn it off. You told us that your unusual facts about yourself was about the end of civilization, right?
Yeah.
If you have, say, could you summarize what that in your mind is about in about 3 minutes? Because I'm kind of curious. Or 4, if it's easier.
Well, civilization is something we take for granted, but it's not guaranteed. And it's more precious than we perhaps realize. And there's a lot of different ways it could come to an end. Super volcanoes, nuclear annihilation, asteroid impacts, climate change, the inability to produce energy. And when that happens, the government's going to look out for itself until the government itself doesn't have any more resources. And then civilization, which is basically a system of laws and social norms, is going to be replaced by a warlord society where the people who are capable and willing to do the most violent things are going to be the people that control whatever society is going to become. And that's what I'm imagining when I make these kind of preparations, at least in my head.
Is it fair to say that it reverts back to survival of the fittest?
Well, I think it would be a misunderstanding of society to say that there's no survival of the fittest isn't the current model.
Now you turn it off.
Okay.
Now,